According to the Consumer Federation of America, 40% of Americans surveyed say they live beyond their means. 50% report living paycheck to paycheck. If that sounds like you, Bank on Norfolk may be just the ticket. Vice Mayor Angela Williams-Graves, along with steering committee members Dr. Antipas Harris and Kimberly Green with the Norfolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, are pleased to share details on this new program, which is just launched, and new classes again will be starting in April. So listen up, this is great news.
It absolutely is. The Bank On program is a great program to help individuals to become better oriented with their finances, to give them a roadmap if they've had some financial difficulties, if they have questions about credit, if they are worried about assets, those kinds of things. Basic financial skills that a lot of people lack or maybe were never taught.
It's amazing how many people, no matter what their income level, haven't been taught in terms of finances growing up. And there are a lot of people who wouldn't admit not knowing it. But this is a great opportunity for anybody, really, to get involved, right?
Absolutely.
And you are really behind this because I know you're a firm believer in making sure people get forward, get ahead.
I am. I see people with financial challenges every day. I sell residential real estate for a living, and I come across people who are looking to either purchase a home, or they think their credit is bad, or maybe they don't have as much money saved up as they feel like they should, and they really don't know where to go. And then there's individuals who work and who are living paycheck to paycheck, who are unbanked. They don't have a banking relationship, or they are underbanked. They don't know all the services that are provided for them. And then there are folks who rely on payday lenders for emergencies. So this program really is a comprehensive program to help individuals to really take a hard look at their finances and better themselves, improve their spending, improve their savings, improve their banking relationships, improve their credit, and it's just a total financial wellness checkup for them.
Great, and it's great to have the City of Norfolk really behind this.
Absolutely.
And of course, you have partners in the community, and Dr. Antipas, you would represent our faith-based community, and certainly the faith-based organizations are a huge part of who we are and what we do in our everyday lives. You reach a lot of people. And so you stepped up to become involved, and what drew you to
this? We meet every month with the city manager, the Pastors Roundtable, where a group of clergy get together and talk about how we can strengthen the citizens. Because as the citizens go, so goes the city, right? So the faith-based community has provided space. Our first Bank On class is at Queen Street Baptist Church here in Norfolk. The Pastor Porter is on the Pastors Roundtable, and was excited about extending the facility so that citizens can learn more about finances and become better, because economic development really begins in the home, right? And so this allows opportunities for financial literacy and other opportunities for people to balance their budgets at home, and also potentially move toward starting businesses, working in the workforce, building their economy in the home. So the Pastors Roundtable is very excited about the space, but not only that, we really need more of our faith community to help out with the matching program. Because these folks who go through this program would at the end have an opportunity to have saved up $150, and then we have a reserve of matching funds so that they can start a savings account, which is great, right? So they can start a savings account with $300, but we need people to give. Citizens can give, the faith-based community can give, so we're appealing to pastors and rabbis and imams and everybody to come together to help, because if we help strengthen our folks and help them with their bank savings accounts, we strengthen the long-term viability of the community, right? Resilient city happens because of resilient people.
Right.
Can I jump in here? Because that $300 piece is very important, and some people may wonder where that number comes from. But there are studies that show that the average emergency is $300 to $500. And so that is how people end up in debt with payday loans, car title loans, those kinds of things. And so so we work to help individuals. If you save $150,
yes,
we'll match it with $150.
That's right.
That gives you your $300, and then hopefully the lessons that they've learned, that Kim has taught in the class, would have been planted in them, and they will continue to save. So when they have that emergency, when they need the tire that goes out, or the child breaks their arm and there's a copay to pay, or the refrigerator breaks or whatever, they don't have to go to a payday lending institution. They can go right to their savings account.
Right.
So that's why the $300 is so very important. It sounds like a little bit, but if you think about your last emergency, it wasn't thousands of dollars. It was hundreds of dollars.
That's right.
And it was probably $150 or $200, and the average American doesn't have that, and that's what gets them
right. If
into
you got to
trouble.
borrow it, and then you got to pay back interest.
Exactly.
But it's so better. It's great. It's better to have it in your own bank account.
Absolutely.
And we had 70 people
at the first
All
first
right.
class. At the
All
first
right,
class.
that's great.
As part, I was involved in this program as a request from our CEO at NRHA. We were interested in seeing what was going on. Bank On is a piece that definitely the clients and participants of NRHA could benefit from, and we're always on board with that. And what this class will do, it helps you to actually develop behavior that will lead you to self-sufficiency and being able to be financially fit, as our challenge is named. In that first class, we had a cross-section of people who may not have a bank account at all, to retired people who are trying to re-budget their dollars because things have changed. And the program is a 10-month program because it takes time to build and change behavior. If you just are there just one or two times, that's really not going to help you change unless you're disciplined enough to practice it. But if you have an ongoing piece, a 10-month program, it gives you an opportunity to take what you learn in class and be able to apply it. So at the end, you have actually changed your behavior. You've changed your thinking through the classes that we offer.
Right. And you mentioned the savings and the match savings, that you can also see those results. And being able to rely on yourself is a wonderful discovery if you've never experienced it before, or if you don't experience it frequently. So this really does empower people to take charge of their lives in a way that they may not have known how before. I think just getting the facts about yourself and the facts on how to get from point A to point B is what's been missing for a long time, and all of the talk about becoming, financially a strong person. You get to change. You also get to pass this down to your children.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Which I'm thinking is probably part of this goal.
A lot of people have never looked at themselves on paper.
Yeah.
They get their paycheck and they just start spending, or maybe they've overdrawn their account, so even when they get their paycheck, it's not their whole paycheck. And so they've never actually looked at either a budget or a spending and savings plan. They've never looked at how they spend their money. They've never looked at how much they spend on lunch, how much they spend eating out, how much they spend, for extracurricular activities, and those things add up. And so it is a behavioral change. It's looking at what you have and seeing how much you spend and saying, you know what, I can do better. And with financial teachers and with coaches that also meet with the students.
Exactly, it's a
once
twofold
month.
piece.
Absolutely,
Right.
it's the classes with homework, and then they have a financial coach.
that they have to meet with each month.
Absolutely.
The savings, match savings program, it has guidelines to it. We are just not there to hand out something to you. We want you to be able to become more self-sufficient in what you're doing and how you're handling your finances. The coaching piece is to help motivate you to stay on course. Once you've gone through the class, that it meets once a month, and you're required to meet with your coach once a month, so that you can go over the class homework with them, to bring them the additional documents so that you can look at it, like you say, on paper, to see actually what's going on month to month. And as part of getting that match savings piece that we're offering, you have to meet those requirements. We just don't want to throw you out there. We want to guide you into doing what it is that you need to do.
So the guidance, Doesn't cost you anything.
Right.
This is all being done for you, for the residents of Norfolk, and classes, new classes will begin in April. They just kind of did a soft launch, and so they're just getting up and running. So give a call, the number on the screen, go to bankonhr.org. You can find the location and Bank on Norfolk there. And I want to thank Vice Mayor Graves, Dr. Antipas Harris, and Kimberly Green for just sharing just what is a small amount of information, but I think it lays the groundwork for a lot of good things to come.
Can we give a big shout out to Virginia Beach?
Absolutely.
Because Virginia Beach has been very helpful with us. They've partnered with us, and they've also partnered with the City of Portsmouth to make the Bank On initiative in the Hampton Roads region a regional partnership. So they've been very helpful with us, and then we also will get you all the information on our March Money Madness launch. That will be the official launch and the official challenge for the Bank On project.
Okay.
Can I give a shout out to thanks to SunTrust for the grant? We got $3,000 grant from them to match, to help us, because this really is a community effort. This is a private public partnership where we are partnering to find funds, and also we need coaches to help with the folks. This is an opportunity for people who wanted to give goodwill to partner with a worthwhile project to really help people who are in difficult situations to not only pull up by their own bootstraps, but give them boots to pull up. This is the opportunity.
Absolutely. And I think that you have just sent a very good message. So call them, take advantage of this program, learn about it, and spread the word. This is more than just Norfolk, but right now we want to let Norfolk know you're invited to the table.
Yes.
Thank you so much for this great information. I look forward to hearing more.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you're applying for real estate tax relief, it's coming a little earlier this year, which is good news. We'll have more in a minute and other stuff as well, so stay tuned.